Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Michael received a search warrant, and now there are two people running to repudiate Drew. On today's episode of General Hospital, we see Willow's resignation, Tracy's confrontation with Sidwell, and Lucas's generally honest relationship with Carly over Marco. Lucas goes up at the Metro Court to visit Carly and eat some humble pie. He admits to his sister that she was correct all along about Marco, who is up to his eyeballs in Sidwell's company, and he owes her an apology. Lucas refuses to elaborate on his overheard conversation, but he does claim he will not report Marco to the authorities since he does not want Marco to face charges. He claims that when he confronted Sidwell, Marco was taken advantage of by him, and that Sidwell threatened him with revenge for the loss of his mother. Lucas is sure that Marco would not tell his father what he knows, but Carly wonders what would happen if that were to happen. Carly informs Lucas he can't remain at Windermere one more day. According to Lucas, Marco has consented to stay for the time being, since he has vowed to put some space between himself and Sidwell once this present transaction is concluded. Rick catches on to Sonny. Rick has brunch with Sonny in hopes his brother would throw more legal business his way. That's when Turner goes by, and she says hi to them. She is invited to join them by Sonny. She informs him that she has some news regarding Rocco, but she still says no. Rocco has done an excellent job with his community service, and Justine thinks he will finish up his hours shortly. Sonny and Rick are both happy, and Rick sees the exchange of glances between Justine and his brother. Once Turner gets off, Rick asks his brother what is going on with him and Justine. He wonders why Justine is having pleasant talks with him in public instead of focused on putting him away. Laura has a big ask of Alexis. Alexis drops by Laura's office, and the mayor was hoping her friend would tell her what she knows about Drew's condition, since his staff isn't telling her anything. Alexis claims he's entirely locked in, and she hears he won't be able to complete his time. Laura says this leaves the city with an empty seat in Congress, and the governor has charged her with providing a suggestion to replace it. Laura was thinking she would be excellent for the post. Alexis is flattered, but she's never considered public office. Laura believes she's someone with whom she can work, and they both simply want what is best for Port Charles. Their chat inevitably leads to Sidwell, and Laura reveals she'd want to have Alexis on her side to oppose Sidwell from utilizing this community for his personal reasons. Tracy makes demands on Sidwell. Tracy turns up at Windermere to tell Sidwell that Maxi Jones has healed and is anxious to return to work. She also claims the freedom to employ deception for his company's shipment is ended. She wants them to return to their original deal, with him simply supplying them with zincite. Sidwell argues that they should see what the other partners think and reminds her that he helped dig them out of the dark. Sidwell informs Tracy he is not going anywhere, then asks Pascal to show Tracy out because their meeting is done. Pascal tattles on Lucas. Pascal takes no time throwing Lucas under the bus to Sidwell, stating the doctor was eavesdropping on his and Marco's chat yesterday. Pascal says Lucas has to be dealt with, which Sidwell remarks would satisfy his butler. He urges Pascal to look after Lucas, and should Lucas convince Marco to leave Windermere, he'll be there to console his son at Lucas' burial. Willow clocks out. Willow shows up at the hospital to check in with Liz and send in her letter of resignation. She explains that family has to be her focus right now. Once she's settled in with her kids, and if Drew gets better, then she may consider returning to GH. Liz says this location won't be the same without her, and they hug. Chase goes rogue again. Chase comes up at the PCPD to complete some HR papers. He overhears Nathan informing Molly that his search through the evidence against Michael has given up no fresh clues, and they may be at a dead end. Chase takes an opportunity to talk with Molly, who says she's recused herself from Michael's case. She encourages he let it go too. She gets a text and needs to excuse herself. Chaz then speaks with Nathan, who tells him that he can't discuss this research with him. Chase states his primary interest is shielding Dante from being accused of covering up for Michael. He points out that there was no trace of forced entry into Drew's house, so what if Michael managed to gain a key to the congressman's residence? Dante and Michael remain at odds at the Quartermaines. Michael confronts Dante in the kitchen about how they've scarcely talked since Willow's trial, and wonders whether they're ever going to speak again. The brothers got into it, with Dante alleging Michael lying about his alibi placed him in a terrible position and left him with egg on his face after he defended him. Michael admits he didn't want Dante to recuse himself from the inquiry because he felt Dante would locate the shooter, which wasn't him. Michael also points out that they both know why he has cause not to trust the justice system. Dante assures his brother he has trust that Nathan will bring this matter to a conclusion. Nathan raises concerns. Dante heads to the station and discusses with Nathan about Maxi's waking up. Nathan says he's been invited to her welcome home ceremony but believes he should wait for her to reach out to him first. Nathan then adds something's come up in the Drew Kane shooting, something they neglected. What if Michael had a key to Drew's house? Nathan and Dante speak with Justine about this new option, and Justine proposes they acquire a search warrant. Chase makes accusations. Chase gets home and finds Michael in the kitchen. He does his best to ignore him, and Michael begs if they can simply coexist. Chase lashes out that they can't, and Michael should give himself in for framing Willow. Tracy walks in and can't believe Chase is still blaming Michael for shooting Drew. Various meetings. Molly goes into the hospital to visit Liz and reveals she and her sister went to the hatchet range, and they spotted her with her dad. As it seemed like a date, she didn't disturb them. Sidwell meets with Willow, whom he summoned, out on the parapet of Windermere. In the show's final moments at the hospital, Liz confirms to Molly that she and Rick went on a date, and she really loved it. This time around, it's been simple and pleasant with Rick. At the Metro Court, Rick wonders if Sonny's interested in Justine as a friend, a rival, or as a woman. At the pub, Lucas tells his sister that he's planned on taking Marco with him and getting away from Sidwell and Windermere. Justine flags down Dante at the PCPD to let him know she's turning over this case to Ada Arden, as she's prejudiced and feels Willow is guilty. She also doesn't want this lawsuit to harm her career, and he should think the same. In the QS kitchen, Chase informs Tracy that Willow didn't shoot Drew, Michael did. Tracy advises Chase that if he can't let things go, then he's in the wrong family. That's when Nathan comes with a search warrant for the keys to Drew's residence. Michael, feeling he has nothing to conceal, hands up his keys. In Laura's office, Alexis tells the mayor she'll study the suggestion, but Laura expects a response tomorrow. She wants to call her Congresswoman Davis soon. At Windermere, Sidwell says he's heard Willow is caring for Drew alone at home, and he has a suggestion. He asks her to consider taking Drew's position in Congress. On the next General Hospital, Nina tells Willow she has a hidden weapon, and Nathan tells Dante he has no clue what will happen when he and Maxi come face to face. General Hospital spoilers. Wednesday, February 18th, Willow's Congresswoman decision, Nathan's fear of Maxi. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 18th, state that Willow Kane will face a tough dilemma while Nina Reeves sees a secret weapon. Nathan West will also reveal his worry to Dante Falconeri, so let's explore what's next on Wednesday's GH episode. For starters, Willow will inform Nina about Jen Sidwell's pitch as he feels she's particularly equipped to take over Drew Kane's post in Washington. It appears like Willow will seek some advice and even voice trepidation about taking this jump. However, Nina will suggest that Willow has a secret weapon. That may be some attribute that Nina believes Willow possesses, or maybe Nina will argue she's the hidden weapon instead if she wishes to keep delivering advice. Of course, things are going to become complicated since Laura Collins wants Alexis to slide in Drew's seat instead. Laura is hoping that Alexis will become Congresswoman Davis soon, so Molly Lansing Davis will say her mom's great for the job once she gets updates. Over with Cody Bell, he'll chat to Christina Corinthos Davis about there being a hefty consequence for compromising Molly's privacy. Cody may still have concerns with how the character based on him was depicted as well. Nevertheless, Christina will give some support and try her best to push Cody back in Molly's direction romantically. In the meanwhile, Lulu Spencer will confide in Laura about the Maxi Jones coma waking news and how this affects her status with Nathan. Nathan will also open up to Dante about Maxi's wake-up call, so that'll bring a fearful admission. Since Nathan has no clue what's going to happen once he confronts Maxi, Dante will provide his perspective and a pep talk. As for Brooklyn Quartermain, she'll give Damian Spinelli some encouragement as he concerns about his Maxi predicament as well. Spinelli will admit that how he handles what occurs next will impact his life. Although Spinelli may fear about losing Maxi and his family, Brooklyn may encourage Spinelli to follow his heart and believe that Maxi will do the same, no matter where it may lead her. General Hospital spoilers suggest Maxi will have so much more to sort out when it comes to her love future, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers, what February sweeps reveal and what you need to know. General Hospital spoilers and updates indicate that we need to speak about the results of the February sweeps and emphasize some significant topics. Many citizens of Port Charles will find themselves in significant peril while others discover secrets, leading to some fascinating events ahead. Maxi's choice, Brit's risk with Maxi Jones returning, she must choose between supporting Damian Spinelli or trying to reunite with Nathan West. This will be a tricky position because of Nathan's affections for Lulu Spencer and the persistent uncertainties regarding Nathan's survival. Maxi could find it tough to reconcile with Nathan, especially if she has difficulties believing it's genuinely him. Meanwhile, Brit Westbourne might realize that playing with fire can lead to getting burnt. Ross Cullum encouraged Brit to separate herself from Jason Morgan, but Brit will still sneak around with him and indulge in some dangerous romance. Cullum's blackmail, Jason's departure, Lucas' danger. Will Cullum offer updates and make Brit regret her choice, following his persistent blackmail? Steve Burton has already taped his last episode before his GH vacation, so the program will shortly prepare for Jason's departure. Burton has always indicated that he wants to return this summer, so stay watching to find out what happens next. In the interim, Lucas Jones could put himself at risk owing to his separation with Marco Rios. Jen Sidwell might give some severe directives because of Marco's unhappiness and the fact that Lucas has learnt too much. Jocelyn's risk: is Cullum playing games? Does he know exactly who she is? Naturally, Jocelyn Jacks could be in her own risk now that she's been spending time with Cullum and increasing his suspicions. How long will it be until Cullum perhaps sees Jocelyn interacting with Jack Brennan and learns that Joss is a WSB agent? It's even plausible that Cullum is already aware of Jocelyn's WSB membership if he was merely toying with her that night at Windmere. Regardless, Jocelyn is undoubtedly in a precarious scenario. Who will rescue her if she gets in Cullum trouble? Valentine's disappearance, Rocco's betrayal? GH teasers hint that this may be where the fugitive Valentine Cassadine finally finds himself, and vanished, being kept hostage alongside Jocelyn. Valentine is apprehensive about Danny Morgan possibly exposing something he shouldn't, but Charlotte Cassadine absolutely trusts him to keep tight-lipped. If word of Valentine's hiding emerges anyway, Charlotte might end up blaming Danny, sparking a rift at least until it's established that the leak originated from another source. There are also clues that Rocco Falconeri may unwittingly betray Charlotte instead, possibly letting something slip that he shouldn't. Michael's arrest, Willow's Drew torture, Kai's discovery in a different scenario. Michael Corinthos may have to confront his arrest relating to the shooter event as Willow Kane continues her manipulative techniques. Drew Kane will stay in a condition of drug-induced quiet and paralysis, but might an unexpected hero step forward? Might Kai Taylor be the one to unearth Willow's true intentions about Drew? Kai argued to Trina Robinson that he should keep an eye on Drew since he's helpless, even though she objected at the idea at first. In any case, General Hospital spoilers hint that the remainder of February sweeps will deliver a mix of highs and lows. Jason's shocking exit, Ava and Lucy scheme, Luke Spencer tribute. General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks, February 16th to March 6th, indicate that a ton of steamy action is coming down the pike in PC, so let's find out who's in jeopardy, who's gobsmacked, and who receives a special homage. The week of February 16th to 20th. During the week of February 16th to 20th, Nathan West learns via Lisa Lobrecht that Maxi Jones is out of her coma. Of course there's a large welcome home party for her, and we are on pins and needles waiting to see how Maxi responds to non-dead Nathan. Elsewhere, Elizabeth Baldwin gets crazy on her date with Rick Lansing, and Brit Westbourne risks it all to meet with Jason Morgan on Valentine's Day. We doubt that Ross Cullum will be pleased. If he's clever, he has someone tailing the britch. Lucas Jones confronts his admirer Marco Rios at Windmere and subsequently apologizes to Carly Spencer for not trusting her when she tried to warn him about the unscrupulous lawyer. While Carly is delighted Lucas has seen the light, how will she access the Windmere Caverns if Lucas moves out? The adrenaline-filled week closes with a lovely memorial episode on February 20th, starring the late Luke Spencer. The week of February 23rd to 27th. During the week of February 23rd to 27th, Michael Corinthos might be arrested for Drew Kane's shooting when Willow Kane put Drew's key on Michael's keychain. Harrison Chase knows that Michael had access to Drew's residence, but can he jeopardize his job with another error at the PCPD? Or, will wily Corinthos reveal Chase for possessing Michael's keys? Lucas and Marco splitting ways seems likely following their dust-up, so will Sidwell have Pascal do away with the gorgeous doctor? If so, will we see Marco intercede and try to redeem himself? Meanwhile, Kai Taylor might cause issues for Willow if he finds that she's been drugging Drew. The week of March 2nd to 6th. During the week of March 2nd to 6th, Kai may drop some dirt to Alexis Davis about Willow. Is this curtains for the Widowmaker? Maxi is put to the test. Does she reveal Nathan as a phony? If he's the genuine deal, she then needs to choose who she wants to be with, Nathan or Damien Spinelli? Is all this stress beneficial for someone coming from a coma, or would Maxi relapse under all the pressure? At the same time, Nathan also has a decision to make as he's smitten on Lulu Spencer. Sonny Corinthos is effective in manipulating Ava Jerome and Lucy Coe to control Sidwell. Jason is departing the canvas till midsummer, and we expect his brief departure will be dramatic, maybe with Cullum doing away with Stone Cold. Spice-tacular General Hospital spoilers imply that danger is abound in PC this month, so stay alert. With a voice loaded with heartfelt emotions, Britt discussed with him her reasons for reaching out. Time may be stolen from us quickly, and every second we share should be cherished without hesitation. She took a step closer, and their lips linked in a passionate kiss as they made their way toward the bed. Jens, Lucy and Ava had a Valentine's meal together at the Metro Court restaurant. Jens Sidwell described his pleasure at spending Valentine's Day with two beautiful and accomplished women, Lucy Coe and Ava Jerome. Lucy claimed to be bothered by sharing Jens' attention with Ava, while Ava seemed bored in Lucy's stories, even as Sidwell giggled. Ava proposed relocating to the gallery to discuss the art she wanted to buy for him, but Sidwell reinforced his want for Lucy and Ava to become friends. Changing her attitude, Lucy honestly apologized to Ava for judging her earlier transgressions. She made sure to make a point of adding including felonies. Carly joined the trio and thanked him for bringing her into Windmere to make up with Lucas. Carly came and thanked Jens for bringing her into Windmere so she and Lucas could reconcile. Sidwell smiled, expressing his son's happiness was most important, and Lucas made him happy. Meanwhile, Alexis noticed Ava and commented, "Interesting company you're keeping." Ava said that after the fiasco with Rick, she wanted a different caliber of man, and wouldn't allow Lucy or anyone else drive her away. Returning to the table, Ava offered she and Sidwell go to the gallery to conclude his artwork purchase. Lucy persuaded them to depart without her, and they parted ways. Across the room, Carly informed Alexis she admired her attempts to keep Scout Kane with her. Michael surrenders keys, Sidwell's funeral warning. Michael Corinthos relinquished his keys when challenged with a search warrant. Jen Sidwell also offered a funeral warning, so here's how all the drama played out. In Laura Collins' office, she summoned Alexis Davis and proposed the notion of her taking over Drew Kane's congressional seat until a special election could be called. Laura had been asked to give a suggestion, so she explained why Alexis would be a good fit and persuaded her to think about it. At GH, Willow Kane startled Elizabeth Baldwin by leaving from her nursing position. Liz grieved to see Willow depart, but Willow was determined about devoting her whole focus to her children and caring for Drew. Next, Molly Lansing Davis revealed to seeing Elizabeth with Rick Lansing on Valentine's Day and was happy that Liz was maintaining an open mind about him. At the Metro Court, Lucas Jones knocked down Carly Spencer's attempt to host a family meal that included Marco Rios and Sidwell. Lucas apologized since Carly was right about Marco being engaged in Sidwell's company, but he couldn't offer her facts and refused to leak to the authorities since Marco may be detained. Lucas argued that Sidwell influenced Marco following the loss of his mother and that Marco would remove himself from Sidwell when their endeavor was completed. Carly wanted Lucas to leave Windmere ASAP, but Lucas said he wouldn't leave unless he could take Marco with him. Over with Rick and Sonny Corinthos, they were sitting at a Metro Court table when ADA Justine Turner came up. Justine supplied some optimistic information on Rocco Falconeri as he was piling up tons of community service hours and will likely complete them sooner than anticipated. Rick caught up on the fascinating mood between them, so he grilled Sonny after ADA Turner was gone. Sonny played up Justine's excellent characteristics, but Rick wanted to know if Sonny was interested in Justine as a woman. At Windmere, Tracy Quartermain showed up to tell Sidwell the news that Maxi was awake and demand a complete audit. Tracy wanted paperwork on all of the shipments Sidwell handled, but he plainly wasn't thrilled about that. Although Tracy wanted to go back to their earlier arrangements where Sidwell simply supplied the zincite, he made it obvious that he'd want for their present arrangement to remain instead. Once Sidwell had Pascal get rid of Tracy, Pascal told Sidwell about observing Lucas eavesdrop. It led to Pascal speculating that Marco may be holding secrets if Lucas had questioned him. Sidwell advised Pascal not to doubt Marco's devotion, but Pascal behaved like Lucas was the problem and believed he should be dealt with. However, Sidwell didn't want to rock the boat with Marco unduly. When Pascal stated that Lucas would convince Marco to quit Windmere, Sidwell questioned it as Marco realized that he had to be present to manage Britt Westbourne. That said, if Lucas did persuade Marco to leave, then Sidwell pledged to be there to console his son at Lucas' burial. Afterward, Sidwell invited Willow to the castle soon after,
so she joined him on the parapet. Once Sidwell played up Willow's exceptional traits and experiences, he pointed out that it wasn't unheard of for a spouse to complete out the term of an incapacitated member of Congress. Sidwell thought Willow was particularly equipped to take up Drew's post in Washington, so she was surprised.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.